On November 8, 2013, a Category 5 typhoon forever changed the history and people of Tacloban, a city in the Philippines of 240,000. Even before the actual storm hit, the mayor reported that there was no more land, everything was water, and bodies were all over. There were no roads. With winds up to 200 miles per hour, Typhoon Yolanda affected over 2.18 million people in 44 provinces in the Philippines. The devastation is indescribable. Although the landscape of destruction will eventually be altered thanks to the efforts of thousands of volunteers and funding from all around the world, the toll on the survivors, what they experienced, their memories, their losses, their psyches will ache on for generations. On December 5th, Sebastian van der Skreer, a 29-year-old Dutch trauma relief expert, joined forces with volunteers to help. Over a period of 5 days, Sebastian worked with the local people to help relieve the devastation and psychological trauma. This is his story.
When I first heard about the death and destruction in the Philippines, I wanted to help. I lived in the Philippines myself. I've got a lovely daughter there, and a lot of my friends are Filipinos. Now, I just returned from one of the worst hit islands in the Philippines, and I heard many of the horror stories of the kids.
Guy that was his foot was chapped by a piece of rope. Then a lady was her head was sliced into three and blood were over his face.
They saw roofs flying off houses, trees being cut down by the wind, people in panic, people wounded, and they lost their houses. And many of them told me that they feared it was their last day, and the storm really broke their hearts. Now, while the actual storm is over, many of them remain haunted by nightmares, and whenever the wind picks up or it starts to rain, they can't help but relive the trauma as they remember the fury of the storm. Now, in just 1 week, I was able to help over 200 kids release the fear, the sadness, and the emotional trauma of the storm. I want to show you some of the incredible footage that I shot of children releasing their fear and sadness using EFT.
Very welcome. Thank you.
There's one good thing about Yolanda. videos were from my first trip in the Philippines. I'm now in Tacloban Island and it's 10 weeks after the storm. And people are still massively traumatized, understandably, if you look at the destruction that's been going on. I've heard of a man who lost 22 relatives. I've heard of a kid who got stuck in the house and when she came out, her whole family was dead. I heard of a man who walked into the sea to kill himself because he was just done with everything. You know, people need help and we can help them out. In March, I'm coming back with a group of therapists to release the traumas of 10,000 children and to train 100 Filipino psychologists in EFT. I've also partnered with my friends Volunteer in Cebu as well as the international team, volunteer team, Young Pioneers Disaster Response, and we'll further empower the Philippines by rebuilding houses and building storm-proof schools. Now for this mission, we need your help. We need $150,000 or more. Now, we're not a big organization. We're doing this all by ourselves. So when you send money to this cause, it goes directly to healing and empowering the Filipinos. So here's how you can help. Please donate and support us in our mission to heal and empower the Filipinos. Even just $5 will make a difference. You can donate at www.empoweringthephilippines.com/donate. And secondly, please share this video with your friends, your family, your co-workers, anyone, so this important message reaches as many people as possible. Thank you so much for your support.